I saw in doing my research that you actually was a ball girl at the US Open, which I thought was one of the dopest things ever to actually be a part of that experience. So for you, what was that experience like?
Yeah, so I went to a private school, and the private school had a tennis academy attached to it. So if you paid a certain amount of dollars, you went to school for half the day and then played basketball for half the day. Of course, I mean, I played tennis for half the day. Of course, there is no basketball equivalent to this. So the summer job for kids, like once you became a sophomore in high school, was to become a U.S. Open ball person because the majority of the kids are playing tennis. They want to compete. So I competed in like the junior US Open, like, trialing opportunity, and then I got beat from a student athlete that was from China, and I was just like, "Oh, the international game is different." I'm like, "Let me just" yeah, not my thing. And individual sports are definitely hard, there's, like, no pointing, you're like, "That's definitely on me, I'm not fast enough," the coordination, so I gave tennis a break, but I started as a ball girl my sophomore year in high school, so that was really neat. It's actually a open opportunity. Like you go, you try out as long as you're over the age of 13 or 14, the year you get your working papers, you're more than eligible to go ahead and try out. And so the open tryouts just require you to learn the game and learn the rules of the tennis match. So there's certain like points that you can't throw a ball in between. So let's say a server goes to make a serve or whatever, and they fault, right? So they hit it into the net. They get another serve. You can't give a player a ball during those two like serves
Mm.
unless they ask for it or unless they have like no balls in their pockets. And so you'll constantly see ball people like go like this, and they're just showing their hands as to how many tennis balls they have. So there's like so many rules as to like who's supposed to have the ball when. Prior to COVID, we were throwing over the chair. So the umpire chair is going to be on one of the sides of the court. And so the people that have the back positioning that are behind the players, they used to throw over the chair. So if you had a good arm, you'd be on that side, and the ball's only allowed to bounce once on the throw. So you want like a high arcing throw. So it bounces once and then your teammate's able to catch it. Yeah, and then prior to COVID, we also used to handle player towels. So
Mm.
Nadal's like the hardest player to ball person for, like amazing person, but he wants a towel in between every single point. So like one person would have to give him a ball, another person's running to give him the towel, and then you just wait. And it's not like they give you a towel and they're like, here, thank you. Like they just throw it. So you need to be able to catch. Like it's crazy, but it's super fun. It's super, super fun. So yeah. I had a chance to ball boy for Andy Roddick's last match. So aging myself, that was a long time ago. I was a part of a flash mob with Djokovic. And yeah, that was pretty neat. That was to Call Me Maybe when that came out. Yeah, it was really fun. It was like the go-to job. You get a meal voucher too. So the cool thing
Mhm.
about the US Open grounds is that there's all these different concession stands and like they're pretty like I would say trendy and like new-ish. So they like to bring in vendors that have restaurants or like food trucks in the neighboring areas of Queens. And so, yeah, so you get a meal voucher, which was really neat. My college coach one year was working at the Ben and Jerry's, like his uncle or something owned it on the stand, super random. But I remember that whole summer, my best friend and I at the Open got free ice cream, and we were like, so hyped. And then they throw like a big staff party afterwards. You get like 50% off merchandise, which is really dope. Um, and yeah, it's quite the experience. But anyone can try out. It's a paid opportunity. We used to be the only Grand Slam that got paid, but now that's changed. So check out the USTA's website if you're interested in being a ball person. Tryouts usually happen in June in Flushing, Queens, the best borough. And yeah, and you get a uniform. Your uniform costs like $2,000. It's insane. Like everything Ralph Lauren, polo to the socks, like not even joking. And there's no age limit. Like you can be 75, and as long as you're moving as fast as they need, you're able to be a ball person.